Hello, magical people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and very happy to be here with you all today to talk about our upcoming new moon in Virgo happening on August 23rd, 2025, 0-degree new moon in Virgo. Very, very special. So we're going to get into what this means for the collective and each of the 12 signs. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to support. I really appreciate all of the support from all of you out there. And also want to mention, before we get into this new moon, that I'm very excited to soon be hosting, actually this upcoming Sunday, August 24th, a September 2025 eclipse season workshop over on the Beyond Mystic Academy. The link is in the description box below. You can use I think it's an automatic discount code on there at the moment. And every 6 months, I like to do my eclipse season workshops for each of the 12 signs, going really deep into the eclipse seasons for not just that eclipse time, but actually these eclipses have an effect for the whole next 6 months to a year ahead for the collective and each of the 12 signs. So it's really one of the most important things to be paying attention to in our astrology. And you don't need to worry about knowing anything about the astrology. If you join in on the workshop, it's from beginners to advanced. I break it all down for all y'all. So you can go check that out in the description box of my video. And if you'd like to have a personal reading with me or check out any of my other links, also check that out below. So Chrissy says, but you do need to block off 5 hours. LOL. Yeah. My workshops tend to range between 3 to 5 hours. I don't know how long it'll be on Sunday, so we'll see about that. Good point, Chrissy, good point. You say, we love the deep dives. Well, I love the deep dives too. Hello to MJ in the chat and Tracy in the chat. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So, okay, this new moon, 0 degrees in Virgo, that is exact on August 23rd, at 2:06 a.m. Eastern time. This is a very special one, okay? Because not only is it at 0 degrees, which is a critical degree, which makes the influence of this lunation even stronger, but it's actually the first of 2 new moons in Virgo in a row. So we're going to have new moon 0 degrees of Virgo on August 23rd, 2025, and then new moon solar eclipse in Virgo, 29 degrees on September 21st, 2025. 2 Virgo lunations in a row. So let me know in the chat. You guys know I like to keep it interactive. What is the sign of Virgo all about? Put that in the chat, my fellow astrology friends, because anything that Virgo rules is going to be very, very highlighted in our personal lives and in the collective. So see where you have 0 degrees of Virgo in your personal chart, because this house where you have Virgo, any planets that you have within 5 degrees of Virgo is going to be very much activated. Candy's Broom Closet says perfection. Yes, it is the sign. It does rule perfection. Chrissy says holistic health routines, day-to-day work, health, and habits. Right on, Chrissy. Yeah, a lot of you are saying health. Tracy, yes, it's also our pets, for sure. And Tim, that is correct. Virgo rules being of service out into the world. And Nancy, I love that you're saying details. Virgo is all about the details, all about the fine print. Virgos notice everything. And I know the sign of Virgo very, very well because I have a sister who's a triple Virgo. Boom, 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 sun, moon, and rising. My first long-term boyfriend was a Virgo. Shout out, you know who you are. Who else do I know that's a Virgo? I've worked with Virgos. Virgos have their shit together. They are very detail-oriented. But, okay, let's bring up the chart for a moment. It's new moons in Virgo with the South Node in Virgo. So this is very interesting because we're currently going through this South Node in Virgo, North Node in Pisces at the moment, We've had the nodes in the health axis of Virgo and Pisces since, was it end of January of this year? Yeah, end of January 2025, I think. And they're going to be there until end of July 2026. So it's kind of trippy because the South node is about release and endings and letting go and karma. But then we've got 2 new moons in Virgo in a row. Okay. So, yes, Nancy can be very OCD. That's right. Virgo is our physical health, it's our mental health, the positive and shadow sides of that. So, with 2 new moons in Virgo in a row, with the South node in Virgo at the same time, this is a really beautiful point of we're being invited to reassess, to really, in a Virgo detail oriented way, seventh pillar, yes, get our shit together, look at the details, look at the fine print in terms of our health, physically and mentally, in terms of our routine, in terms of just all routines, our organization. What have we been putting off? Our day-to-day work, our offices, our pets. Gemini and Virgo are both ruled by Mercury, right? And Gemini is about communication and the local day-to-day environment. Virgo being of service to others and the day-to-day routines, health practices, and workspaces. So where have you let go in those Virgo ruled areas of life since January? Have you been letting go? Have you been resisting it? Have you been resisting it? It's beautiful new moons to let go of the shadow side of Virgo, which is control. Okay, Virgo is one of those signs that rules to be controlling, to be perfectionistic, to be obsessed with health and the details. Okay, we need to look at the details, but not be consumed by it, right? So if you have any placements between 25 degrees Leo to 5 degrees of Virgo, this will be most significant for you. Of course, new moons are all about fresh new energy, new beginnings. It's our time in the lunation cycle of new starts. It's the best time to set intentions. And I feel like this is super potent, you guys, because look at that 0 degree new moon in Virgo, which I'm going to talk about that 0 degree in a moment. Okay. But let me just share with you guys some of the main themes of the sign of Virgo. And a lot of you guys wrote it in the comments already, and I shared some of those on the screen. But let's just recap main themes of Virgo: purification, purity, cleansing, cleanliness, being of service, the details, being analytical, criticism, perfection, day-to-day work, to work, routines, organization, pets, physical and mental health. So this is a fantastic new moon to be setting intentions, creating new routines in those areas. Very, very powerful new moon. We have the dispositor Mercury in Leo, where he likes to be, and he's in a beautiful sextile to Mars. We've been having that the past week, and we'll continue to have that at this new moon. So this is, the dispositor is in a sign he likes to be in sextile to Mars in Libra. So this is empowerment. How can we be more empowered in our health, in our thoughts, our mental capacities, our work, our day-to-day routines, right? We've also got other strong aspects, including Venus square Chiron, Venus at 27 degrees of Cancer in square to Chiron, 26 degrees of Aries. And I think that, uh-oh, I just cut out, you guys. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Okay, perfect. So weird. I saw myself in the chart just completely disappear twice. So, okay, I'm going to keep going. And if something happens where you don't see me, you guys let me know in the live chat. I really appreciate that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Venus square Chiron, which is a challenging aspect. Okay, Chiron is the wounded healer, our healing journey, our emotions and triggers. In square to Venus, which is our love relationships, our values, our committed relationships. But I feel like it's not necessarily a negative thing. We're having, as I'm filming this new moon in Virgo video on Tuesday, August 19th, exact sun trine Chiron. Few days later, right before the new moon on Friday, Venus square Chiron. So Chiron is very active this new moon week in bringing a very big healing energy. Some things might not be easy to bring up in our commitments, in our relationships, but that needs to happen. If there's something that needs to be shifted or isn't in alignment anymore, and we're being very, very supported to upgrade, I think, our self-care with this new moon big time. We've also got, so special, you guys, the 3 outermost planets. Look at this. I'll zoom in on this. Look at this. Pluto at 1 degrees of Aquarius, trine Uranus at 1 degrees of Gemini, and Uranus and Pluto are both sextile Neptune at 1 degrees of Aries. Boom, boom, boom. The 3 most outer planets at 1 degrees, which is an Aries degree, new beginnings, fresh new starts, empowerment, leadership, bravery, fearlessness, our physical health, our energy levels, how we assert ourselves, our boundaries. So this, even though it's a new moon in Virgo, okay, which sometimes people can act like, oh, Virgo is one of the boring signs. Okay, I don't think it's a boring sign. I think Virgos are actually very fascinating and very talented, and they have a very magical energy. But it does, it is one of those more challenging signs where I always say the Geminis, the Virgos, the Pisces, the Capricorns get poo-pooed on by all the other signs. Let's be honest. Okay. But Virgo is really important because if you don't have your physical and mental health, if you don't have your shit together, yeah, Rob, far from boring. They are. They are far from boring. You need to be grounded. You need to be practical, organized, and healthy. Because what's that saying, you guys? Your health is your wealth. Virgo teaches us your health is your wealth. So you can have all the crazy intentions you want and visions that you want, right? And do all the prayers and all the meditation and all the ayahuasca, whatever the heck you want to do. But if you don't have Virgo, which is connection to the physical, one of the earth signs, your health, you don't have anything. You can't go into the higher realms, right? So this is very empowering. We are being empowered with the dispositor Mercury sextile Mars, the 3 most outer planets at Aries degrees in positive aspects to each other, Saturn, Neptune conjunct in Aries. This is our last lunation. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, this is our last lunation with Saturn and Neptune conjunct in Aries until 2026. When we get into eclipse season, in how many days? Let me check something. 10 days. No, 11 days. And Granddaddy Saturn retrogrades back into Pisces one last time from September 1st until I think it's February 13th, if I'm remembering correctly. So we're about to go back into those Piscean waters. And then shortly after that, Neptune will go back into Pisces. This is a time of, I'm hearing spirits say diligence. I keep repeating this, getting your shit together, getting your routines together. because you guys know I will keep it real with you. I will keep it 100% real with you. Okay. September to January is going to be, I was going to say a shit show, but I don't want to say that because I don't think there's like something necessarily negative going to happen. Hi, Rumble Rick. Nice to see you. What's the best way for me to say this? Neptune and Saturn back in Pisces one last time, and then Uranus going back into Taurus. It's going to seem like we're taking a step back. And it's going to be confusion, and it's going to be height, mental health issues and mental illness, and height, illusions and confusions from September to beginning of February. Yes, Wendy, it's going to be a trip. So this new moon in Virgo, it's a cosmic invitation to get your house in order. And it's not, we're letting go of perfectionism, right? That South Node in Virgo, we're letting go of that we need to be perfect because we're human, right? Yes, Celestial Emma, I love that. Get the fog lights on. So we're letting go of perfectionism and we're welcoming in healthy routines, not being hard on ourselves. If we don't do something one day, or if we go into a temptation or something with all this Pisces coming in, I'm telling you guys, it's going to be weird. We're going to have to be very gentle on ourselves. But if we're holding that intention and we're actually committing, that's what it is. We need to commit to a healthy practice at this time. Whether that is exercise, whether that is changing your diet, what Spirit is saying, don't overwhelm yourself. Okay. Pick one thing that you know works for you. We're all different. Pick one thing that you can integrate into your life as a positive routine, and that will benefit you so positively over the next 6 months, 5-6 months. You will be able to get through this period way easier. And again, it's not the end of the world. It's not something bad going to happen. It's just going to be trippy, dippy. Candy's Broom Closet says, perhaps a good time for the brainwash to review some things. Yes, and I think we've all been brainwashed in different ways. So no judgment to anybody out there still drinking Kool-Aids. Okay, because I think we've all been there. Like to share with you guys a personal example. I've been struggling with just being on my phone way too much. So, it's a lot of energy to do. Well, it's a lot of energy to do anything. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining because I love to do what I do. But when you're a psychic and you do energy work and you're like connecting to the higher realms, it's a lot of energy. So a lot of the times by the end of the day, because I'm doing readings a lot of days, I'm doing astrology and mystical stuff every day, I'm wiped. Like by the end of the day, I'm wiped to where I've been in a pattern of just looking on YouTube, looking on my phone, watching stuff, scrolling. And that's not a healthy thing for me. So for me personally, just sharing with you guys the example of one of the things I'm going to do with this new moon is integrate, okay, the hour before bedtime, the phone goes in a case, the phone is gone, the screens are gone, and I'm going to read or I'm going to do something creative. And that's nourishing, right? It's more nourishing than Pisces looking at a screen for 3 hours until freaking 3 a.m. So whatever it is for you, we're all different. Meditation, reading, dancing, hiking, pick one thing. You don't have to overwhelm yourself. Pick one thing with this new moon that's a healthy routine to integrate, right? And shit will come up. Shit will happen that will throw us off. We can't schedule every moment in the day perfectly. That's Virgo. So if there's one day you don't do that thing, or one day you need to shift things in a different way, that's okay too. Right? Emma says devices are drawing our energy away. A healthy schedule is a great idea. That's doable. Yeah. And it's unique to all of us. And also, just to talk on that 0 degrees critical degree in Nicholas Stoyanovic's degree theory, it is the degree that is the only degree not associated with an astrological sign. And it is the strongest expression of whatever sign it is in. So to have a 0 degree new moon in Virgo, it's very potent. And it's about really big new starts. We can have really big life changes around this new moon and new beginnings. So cool. So if you guys feel like sharing your new moon intention, put that in the live chat or put that in the comments below if you feel like it. And, set your intentions. It's also a great new moon for physical and office space cleansing. Some of my predictions for the collective with this energy is we can receive positive news and developments regarding the health field. That's been one of my big predictions the past year. And we're now coming into this eclipse season and these 2 new moon in Virgos in a row. Amazing advancements in health. I am so freaking excited. We could literally, in the time between these 2 new moon in Virgos, or the portal surrounding it, there could be a cure for a disease or multiple diseases that have been ailing humanity. Further truths coming out regarding the health field. This is a massive cleansing point of the collective, physically and mentally. So make sure you're drinking lots of water, you're eating well, you're taking care of yourself. We can also see new forms of wellness and positive routines and new beginnings in the work field, and maybe even trends in day-to-day scheduling. So, okay, let's pull some cards for all of us for the collective. Then we'll get into our 12 sign predictions for this new moon in Virgo. So, do I have my fairy cards? No, I don't have them. What is our universal guidance from all that supports us for our highest good for this new moon in Virgo? August 23rd, all 12 signs. 5 of Swords keeps coming up. 2 of Pentacles, death. Ooh. Wow. Has anybody been, okay, totally random. Sorry, I'm going in a different direction for a moment, but have any of you guys been having back issues? Because the whole past hour before I went live, I've been like, my back has been hurting, and I feel like that might be connected to my clairsentient psychic ability, because sometimes I feel things in the body. If you are someone out there that there's something, you've been having back pain, there's just a message. Sorry, before we even get into the cards, there's just a message coming through of go check that out. Go do something about that. Go to an osteopath or a massage therapist. If anybody's been having back pain, do something about that. Joanna says, past week back pain. Sue says, the last 2 days my back has been killing me. Yeah, like it's not normal for me. I feel like my back is literally like it's really not normal. Maybe this is a collective thing for a lot of us right now. What's the back connected to? The back is connected to Leo, and it's also connected to Capricorn. It's our heart. It's also our structure in life. So take care of your back. you guys. That feels very important. All right, our cards. 5 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, Death, and the Queen of Cups. So with that 5 of Swords, we've been getting that a lot. If you follow my work, we've been getting this guy almost on a weekly basis. Sometimes the victory is not worth the price. Conflict, aggression, arguments, fear of failure, anxiety. So there's a continued message of be mindful of where you put your energy, where you go into arguments, where you go into conflict, especially as we go into this eclipse season where things are going to be very, very heightened. Some things are not worth the fight. Okay, your energy is sacred. 2 of Pentacles, choices, choices. Find balance in your life to build you success. Where can there be more balance? Physically, professionally, emotionally, socially? Where is there anywhere you feel unbalanced? How can we shift that? Death. This is a really big growth portal. Growth always means leaving something behind. And that's interesting because that south node is in Virgo with it being a new moon in Virgo. So it's like a death and an end, but also a new beginning. So what are we offering up to die? That sounds kind of creepy, but what are we offering up to go through a death so that we can step into really fresh new energies, transformation, ending of a cycle? This, and I know I keep bringing up the eclipse season because we're entering that. We really are entering the energies of it. Once we're in this new moon, we're only 2 weeks away from the eclipse season, which the portal starts September 7th when we have that full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Things will never be the same after this. This is one of the biggest points of our lives, a huge transition and a time of necessary, but can feel like uncomfortable pain at times. And there can be a lot of emotions coming up. Great new moon for healing work, holistic health practitioners, getting a massage, going to a naturopath, talking to a therapist, anything like that. So very much about self-nurturance, being mindful of our energy, judgment as well. Wow, there's going to be something really big that comes up for all of us in our personal lives, but also collectively. 6 of Cups. Healing the past, nostalgia, people from the past. People from the past coming back around. I've been having that a lot lately. Okay, let's get into each of the 12 signs for this new moon in Virgo. And we're going to start with our Aries. Did we start with Aries or Pisces last time? I think we did Pisces last time. Okay, hopefully we did because I'm starting with the Aries. If I didn't do Pisces last time, I'll do Pisces the next 2 times, but I think I did. I'm starting to do where I did do Pisces. Okay, thank you, MJ. Yay. I'm in the right space. Okay. Aries, Aries, Aries. You are having this new moon. Oh, Chrissy says you started with Aries. Okay, whatever it is, I'll sort it out because I like to go back and forth. It's fair to all the signs, I feel like. So, Aries, you are having this new moon in Virgo in your 6th house, which is the house of Virgo. Okay. So, amazing new moon for you to be creating new health routines, new starts in your work, maybe getting a new pet, all those Virgo ruled areas that I talked about. Amazing time to set intentions and have new beginnings. And we've got your ruler Mars in a beautiful sextile to Mercury, which is the dispositor of this new moon. So even though it's pretty intense for the Aries right now, we've got Saturn, Neptune conjunct in Aries. We've got Chiron in Aries. We had our last eclipse season. There was a Aries eclipse. So Aries have been getting absolutely hammered. This feels like a really nice new moon portal where you can feel naturally supported. There can be very healing conversations. Mercury in sextile to Mars. that are empowering. And you can be having breakthroughs in your health, in your work, with pets, and with your overall wellness. Great for any appointments that you need to get done, organizing, cleaning out the office space, all that kind of stuff. So let's pull a tarot card for our Aries for this new moon. Oh, somebody's falling out. This card. Guys, this comes up so much lately. And this one's for the Aries. 5 of Swords. And that's interesting because this is a very Aries card. It's conflict, aggression, argument, selfishness. Whoa. Has there been an argument lately? Have you been in a battle? Have you felt like you're in a war? 2 of Pentacles. There's new inspiration coming through. There's new ideas. You're stepping out of that and into new curiosity, very new energy. If this is going on, consciously let this go. Okay, there I'm hearing there's somebody draining your energy. And I know this is very general for each of the 12 signs, but I'm hearing specifically for a lot of the Aries out there, there's somebody draining your energy and it's causing unnecessary conflict. I'm hearing push and pull, someone in your life that it may feel like it's a push and a pull. Things are not making sense, hard to manage, hard to deal with. There's a fight or there's a conflict with somebody. And consciously choose to end that. If it's about a certain subject with somebody, just stop talking about whatever that is. There's energy for a lot of the Aries that have been draining you, and this new moon in Virgo is purifying that out, inspiring you to be in the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is supporting, bringing positive new energy, childlike curiosity, maybe new work opportunities too. Pentacles have to do with work and income, lighter colleagues, lighter bosses. What's going on with the Aries? Nancy says, Aries moon, my boss is an energy sucker. Chrissy says, my boss is draining my energy. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry to hear that, you guys. Makes sense with Saturn, Neptune conjunct in your sign. That can be issues with authority figures, people in a higher professional work position. So, doing extra protection around that. There's a way for you to process through that, to let that shit go. And I feel like this is for a lot of the Aries. And you guys are warriors. So you guys can fight. You guys can stand up for yourselves. You guys are very strong. But this situation, it's draining your energy. It's actually not worth it. Rob says, you are right on, Meg, about my son. Interesting. Thank you, Rob. So love you, Aries. And we're moving on. Taurus, you are having this new moon in Virgo in your 5th house of Leo. So this is very creative. This is fun, inspirational, a beautiful new moon for you to be doing something fun, connecting to your inner child, spending time around children, showcasing your gifts and talents, being courageous and in your confidence. We've got your ruler. There can be beautiful creative inspirations, time for new creative projects. Your ruler Venus is square Chiron. Venus right around your IC at the bottom of the chart, in square to Chiron, close to your ascendant, but still in the 12th house of Aries. So, that Venus in Cancer can be in square to Chiron, and it's right on your angles. So you guys can actually be feeling that one stronger. The fixed signs are actually feeling that one a lot stronger than some of the other signs. Healing with family members, with women in your life, moving past barriers, moving past karmic issues. I keep saying this, but there's a cleansing out and a calling in with this new moon. It's both at the same time. So that is beautiful for you, Tauruses. And let's pull a card. What have we got for our Tauruses for this new moon? My fellow Tauruses. Ooh, the Hermit. That's interesting. All life's answers are within you. It's about wisdom. Okay, this stuff on my hands, this is not blood, you guys. Let me just say this right now before we get any crazy conspiracy theories. My lipstick is like professional makeup and it's very strong and it got all over my hands. So if you guys are like, why is there blood on Meg's hands? It's just my lipstick. Sorry. Sorry, Tauruses. Got distracted for a moment. The Hermit. It is a Virgo card, MJ, you're right. Solitude, inner truth, divine inspiration, enlightenment, wisdom sought. Your wisdom is very potent right now. It's funny because this new moon is in your 5th house, which is like fun and being out there and showcasing your gifts and talents. But then the Hermit is like taking a step back. Okay, so this can be a great new moon where, yes, put yourself out there and be in your confidence and boldness, but also spend some time alone. I've actually been doing that the past couple weeks a lot more than usual. I've been a lot of alone time, and it's really nice sometimes to have some solitude, to just be in your own energy. There's wisdom that can come through with that. There's strength that can come through with that. So Tauruses, we've got the Hermit. There's also clarity, that great clarity that's going to come from within you. Candy's Broom Closet says isolated artsy work. Yeah, definitely. That could be coming up too. Okay, love you, Taurus. And now we move to Geminis. You are having this new moon in Virgo in your 4th house. Beautiful new moon to be spending time with family, purchasing new real estate, investing in property, new beginnings that have to do with homes, properties, family, your emotional well-being, emotional healing practices. If you've been wanting to get pregnant, okay, the 4th house is fertility and women and women's issues. You could be, some of y'all Geminis, you could be getting pregnant or getting somebody pregnant. Okay, so it may sound silly, but astrology is real and medical astrology is real. And to have a new moon in Virgo, which is about health, in your 4th house, which is fertility, whether you're a female or a male Gemini, you are a lot more fertile than usual. So just putting that out there. Maybe some of you are thinking about starting families. Seriously. Amazing new moon to be spending time at home with your loved ones, and your dispositor Mercury is in Leo and sextile Mars. Mercury's in your 3rd, Mars is in your 5th. Positive, empowering conversation with friends, neighbors in your local community, and really highly creative energy this new moon too in your 4th house, which is a water house. Mars in the 5th. Very cool. John says having healthy babies is a blessing. Definitely. Okay, let's pull a card for our Gemini, sun, moon, and risings. And I forgot to say, yes, listen to your sun, moon, and rising. Oh, Geminis. I love that. I love how he is in his posture, the magician. You can make magic. Who sings that song? That's popping into my mind. You can do magic. I love that one. You can make your imagination real. Creative power, skill, originality, self-confidence. Highly creative. You are in your power. This is a magical time for you, Pisces. Believe in yourself. MJ, it's the band America. Thank you. Believe in yourself. Act accordingly. You may even want to do that magician pose. You can clear the energy in your home. If there's been something funky going on in the home, doing something magical in the home, magical experiences with your family, moving to a magical place, empowerment, and using your divine will. Beautiful. Yes, Doyle, you can have anything that you desire. I love that song. Okay, love you, Geminis. Happy new moon. Next, we've got our Canceys, our little lucky ducklings. How's it going, Canceys? Jupiter's in your sign. Venus is in your sign. Last week, we had that Venus-Jupiter Sirius conjunction in your sign. And this new moon in Virgo is in your third astrological house of the mind and the local community and what you're learning and subjects that you're interested in, your day-to-day life, your friends, your communication. So I always say the third house is like a busy house. Yeah. Chrissy says, now we have that song in our head. I'm going to have that song in my head for the rest of the day, literally. Cancer, amazing new moon for important conversations, expressing yourself, for looking at the details of your local environment. The third house is also a Mercury ruled house. It's the sister sign to Virgo. So it's an upliftment and purification of your local environment, how you speak, how you think, what information you're taking in, right? Nancy says, Cancer rising, applying for jobs. Fantastic. Virgo, jobs. Third house, local environment. You could find a new job, new positive opportunities within your local environment. Very nice. And Jupiter and Venus in your sign. So aren't you guys just blessed right now? Your tarot card for this new moon is Two of Swords, Cancers. Listen to your inner voice when making choices. Interesting. Is there something that you've been holding back saying from somebody? That's interesting. As I'm connecting with you guys, I'm feeling this feeling I get in my head whenever I'm doing a reading for somebody and there's somebody like on the other side in my mediumship that has like a mental health issue or an addiction. I'm getting a sense that some of you Cancers might have someone around you in life, like a friend or a sibling or a neighbor, someone in your local environment that might be in an addiction or might be having a severe like mental health issue right now. And you've been doing a lot for that person. And of course, we want to support our loved ones. But if that's you, Cancers, and you've been going through something like that, please protect your energy. Two of Swords. Please protect your energy because you guys are psychic, sensitive empaths. You're water signs. Please have clear boundaries and clear words. And your thoughts and your mental state may be getting affected by someone around you that's going through something serious. So I'm kind of picking that up for a lot of the Cancers right now. Take care of yourselves, of course, take care of your loved ones, but don't take things on that are not yours to take on. You guys are like the givers times 100, right? So this is interesting. This is kind of like a protection card. Listen to your inner voice. Don't take on other people's stuff. If there's other people that have been saying something to you that isn't resonating or they don't believe in you about something, let that go. Okay. Love you guys. Leo, sun, moon, and rising. So you are having this new moon in your second house of your values and finances and income and material resources, pleasure and enjoyment in life. This could be a new job. A lot of Leos, there's a new income stream. There's a strengthening of a job. There's a strengthening of a commitment. There's a positive new opportunity to bring in more income, to bring in more physical security, positive work flow, more pleasure coming into your life. Second house is pleasure, the physical realm. Amazing. I mean, the second house rules food, Taurus rules food, Virgo is health. So this is a great new moon too of if you want to do a food cleanse, change your diet, talk to a dietitian. Great time to be doing that. Spending time out in nature, new moon in Virgo in your second house of Taurus. You can have fun, 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 positive upliftment and purification in nature. And our tarot card for our Leos. Guys, you cannot make this stuff up. The Five of Swords again. I think, did the Aries get this too? We all got this. The Aries got this, and now the Leos got this. Sometimes the victory is not worth the price. Unnecessary arguments, conflicts. Whoa. Let's pull a clarifier. Queen of Swords. Okay, there may be a woman or someone in a position above you that you've been struggling with. So just be in your boundaries. And there's something that's a waste of energy in terms of a relationship or a conflict for Aries and Leo. This is coming up as a big theme. And that's funny because those are two signs. Those are two of the fire signs. I'll totally freak out if the Saggies gets that because that'll be nuts. You guys are two fire signs. Okay, so you guys can be naturally fiery, but the fire signs are also prone to people being jealous of you because you're very naturally confident and creative and natural leaders. And sometimes conflict coming your way or weird words, swords coming your way is actually people's own projections and issues of their confidence onto you. So pay attention to your communication and what's being communicated to you. And if something doesn't resonate, you can say, actually, no, I am going to do that thing. Or actually, no, I am capable of that. Actually, no, I am this. Don't take on words that don't resonate. And it's funny because it's in your sixth house. So this may particularly have to do with work. Sorry, your second house, work, workmates. Interesting. Love you guys. Let's move to Virgo now. Thank you for the super chat, Heather. I love you. Okay. Virgos, this is in your first house. Happy annual new moon in your sign. Beautiful new moon in Virgo. And it's a very big time for you because this is the first of two new moon in Virgos in a row. Eclipse season, solar eclipse in Virgo. So Virgos and Pisces, it's fate time. It's fate and destiny time, eclipse season in your signs. Okay. So Virgos, surrender to the very big changes that are coming up for you in how you show up to the world, how you're seen by others, your work, and your physical health. Spirit is saying, dive off the deep end. Okay. And be mindful of that South Node in Virgo. Let go of over criticism, being anal, perfectionism, over control. There's beautiful opportunities and new beginnings wanting to come in for you guys. So believe in yourself, be open. Your ruler Mercury is in your 12th house, sextile Mars in your second. Yeah, this is a very spiritual time. Pay attention to your dreams, signs and synchronicities around you. Some of the biggest life changes happen around eclipses. So for you in Pisces, this could be jobs ending, new ones beginning, relationships ending, new ones beginning. Big, big stuff. Thank you for the super chat, MJ. I love you guys. Let's pull a card for our Virgos. You cannot make this stuff up. Fate and destiny, the eclipses. You have strength and new beginnings. The cycle restarts. Change, chance, fate, happiness, cycles, destiny, luck, karma. Are you guys paying attention? Spirit's saying, are you guys paying attention? We're showing you. We're showing you. Are you guys watching? Pay attention. Pay attention. There's very clear signs being thrown your way. Divine intervention, fated changes. Take the chances that are in alignment with your values and your heart. Lucky duckies. Cool. Very cool. Okay, Libras. Lovely, lovely Libras. Just one second, you guys. I have to respond to a personal message really quick. Pick up at the back door. It's under my. Okay, great. Sorry, you guys. Okay. Libras, you're having this new moon in Virgo in your 12th house. So beautiful time of new beginnings in your wellness, spiritually, creatively. This is a huge purification of karmic heaviness that you're ready to let go. Your intuition and your spiritual side being activated, beautiful creative ideas. Some of you guys may be traveling to a faraway location. Amazing time to visit sacred sites and doing dream work as well. And great for cleansing in Virgo, in the 12th house of Pisces, the health axis. Libra, your card is the Eight of Swords. It seems like you're blocked, but you can still take a step. Okay, what are are there unnecessary fears or doubts you guys have been holding about money and finances and your self-worth and your feminine side? Because if so, there's a strong message of this is a beautiful new moon to clear that. Be happy with the results of your actions. Be open to more abundance. Be open to beautiful blessings and letting go of anywhere where you've maybe felt like a victim. In the past, 12th house can deal with past lives, in the present life as well. Love you, Libras. Let me know what's going on with you guys. My fellow Scorplings, Scorpios, you have this new moon in Virgo in your 11th house. So for us Scorpio sun, moon, and risings, this is a beautiful new moon to be around our friends, like-minded community. There can be healing energy with our connections and our group associations. Funny that I'm a Scorpio and I was talking about my issues with my phone and being on that too much. The 11th house is technology. So new practices around our connection to technology, new friends, new community, our hopes and dreams coming true. It's the 11th house of gain. So 11th house is a nice house to have activated. What's our card for the Scorpios? High Priestess. Trust your own counsel first. Intuition, change, wisdom, common sense, awareness. This is a very spiritual card. So this could be like a new spiritual community or a new spiritual or intuitive friend or female coming into your life, a great new moon of empowerment and clarity coming in from you and your own inner counsel. It's great. We can listen to others. We can hear different perspectives. But Scorpio, this is a new moon to pay attention to your personal feelings and what resonates with you. Okay, we got a few more signs. Saggy Waggies. This new moon is happening in your 10th house, which is fantastic for your work, career, long-term goals. Virgo is a work sign. 10th house of Capricorn is the work house. So this is an amazing new moon. This is one of the best new moons for you to be launching something professionally, a new beginning that has to do with work or career, health breakthroughs of a parent or a grandparent or someone older than you. Letting go with that South Node in Virgo of overworking, if that's been a thing, or work commitments that no longer serve. We've got your ruler Jupiter exalted in Cancer and in positive aspects to the node. So faded events coming up, faded changes and opportunities professionally as well. And our card for our Saggies, ooh, Four of Cups. Don't let your focus close you to new ideas. Be open to, you guys could be getting like a promotion or a raise, or there could be something professionally that you haven't seen before that someone mentions to you. Nancy, you're a Sag looking for a job, new jobs. This is very positive for work, but be open to maybe something different from what you were expecting. Clarifier is the Lovers. Some of you guys might start working with a lover. You could meet a new lover, enter a creative or Venusian field around the time of this new moon, or be inspired to do so in the future. Very cool. Is what you're doing professionally pleasurable? Do you like it? That's important. Love you, Saggies. And we've got our Cappies. You are having this new moon in Virgo in your 9th house. So a lot of Capricorns will be traveling, exploring, learning something new in a course, in a workshop. My eclipse season workshop is the day after this new moon in Virgo. Just saying, Capricorns, if you feel like taking a workshop and you don't know something yet. Amazing new moon for expanding your consciousness and taking a look at your beliefs. Great for publishing, anything that has to do with foreign people, maybe planning a trip that you want to be doing going into the future. This is one of the funner houses. So I like that we've got the 9th house for the Capricorns. And your ruler Saturn is still in that conjunction to Neptune and in very positive aspect to the outer planets. So you are being very divinely supported. We're all being divinely supported, actually, to shift and raise our vibration. So some of you guys might even be stepping into a teacher role, finding a new guide or mentor. Your card is the Six of Swords, moving out of troubled waters. This is a good card. Move from problems and be mindful what you take. Transition. Some of you guys may a journey. Yeah, some of you guys may be traveling, literally moving countries, moving far away. Moving out of troubled waters, Capricorn, that's a good card because I know for a lot of Capricorns, that's not one of the easy signs to be. 9 of Pentacles. Enjoy the results of all your hard work, accomplishment, inheritance, self-care, reward. Nice. Love you, Cappies. And now we go to our Aquarians. You're having this new moon in your 8th house of Scorpio. We've got Pluto in your sign. On your ascendant, the ruler of Scorpio, we've got this new moon in your 8th house. So this is an intense one. This is a transformation. I'm hearing spirits say you're being invited to take a leap of faith. This is an extremely cleansing and upgrading lunation for you, where what are your routines around your psychology, your mental health? Virgo and Scorpio both have a lot to do with mental health, around your power. And this is a great new moon to, if you're in a relationship, organize yourself with others. Maybe you'll even be receiving an inheritance or merging resources with another person. So this is highly potent, can be intense, but this is not a negatively aspected new moon. There could be very powerful insights you're receiving spiritually, psychologically, and having to do with others in your life. Card for you is the Two of Pentacles. So there's choices, and either choice is good. Find balance in your life to build your success. Balance, change to circumstance, wandering. So whatever feels like a really big choice or decision, actually, it feels like you're good either way. Interesting, there's two ships in the background. Some of you guys may be thinking about traveling or moving to a foreign place or doing something that's a really big step. Talk to your partner about it. Also, talk to others about it that you trust in your life. This is a beautiful one for you, and you've got that Pluto in your sign, Aquarians. That's a no joke transit. That's the biggest transformation you can possibly go through. Love you guys. And last but not least, we have our magical Pisces with this new moon in Virgo in your 7th astrological house. So this is a beautiful new moon of new relationships, new commitments. Oh, yay, Nancy. I'm happy to hear that you're going to sign up for the eclipse workshop. It's going to be so much fun on Sunday. Pisces, if you're single, put yourself out there. This is a great new moon to be meeting somebody new in love, to be signing contracts. Mercury is no longer retrograde. Libra is our commitments as well, our aesthetic. Virgo and the 7th house of Libra, those are the two things in astrology that rule clothing. Maybe you want to clean out your closet, get some fresh new clothes or makeup if you're a girly. And this is light and inspirational and very fun and purifying to your relationships, aesthetic, and obligations. Oh my goodness. Yikes. Pisces, we've got the 10 of Swords. It has ended and finished for better or worse. Ruin, defeat, failure, insolence, overthrow, hopelessness. So, oh my goodness, has there been something really intense going on in a love relationship or a committed relationship that you have in life? Have you been carrying a burden of somebody else? 7th house is other people, somebody else. Oh my God, that's so funny, MJ. You said this Pisces was shopping for clothes for her daughter today. That's so funny. I'm getting a sense that a lot of Pisces have been through a breakup or a divorce, or that's something that's kind of been, or a toxic relationship. And many of you guys are realizing that if you've been in that or fully stepping away from that now. Let's pull a clarifier. 8 of Pentacles, there's more stability coming into your life in your relationships. We're almost at the end of Neptune in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces. We have those eclipses. Well, the eclipses are in Pisces. The North Node is in Pisces. So you're receiving a lot of reality checks in every single area. For you and the Virgos, this eclipse season is going to hit you the hardest. And be honest with yourself about the relationships in your life. Remember, this new moon is an ending and a beginning and a purification. And what's that saying, you guys? Birds of a feather flock together. The people that you surround yourself with is what we become and what we're able to manifest. Right? So you don't need to save people, Pisces. You're one of the water signs. So that message is coming through. You don't, during this time, okay, Pisces, especially from September to February with all the crazy Neptune, Saturn shit show, you don't need to save anybody. You're already holding a lot of space. You're a very magical creature. You're very, very sensitive. Save yourself. By saving yourself, you are saving others and you are holding the line. Don't sacrifice yourself for another. Oh my God. For the 4th time. I don't even know what to say to that. Pisces, Leo, Aries got the 5 of Swords, and we all got the 5 of Swords. Just if there's something, okay, this is making me think about when a relationship is just not working out, okay, and no relationship is perfect. Let me be very clear. I'm not like spiritual bypassing. When you are in a love relationship or a friend relationship or a work relationship or any kind of relationship, 7th house of Libra Pisces is also people that do something for us, like a lawyer, like a dentist, like a therapist, anything like that, or our clients. if the vibe is just not there with a person, it's not going to be there. If the whole thing is a conflict and it just doesn't make sense, it's time to let that shit go. So wow, we all got that. That's 4 times. Absolutely nuts. Thank you all so much for joining me. I love you, Pisces. I love you, everyone. And have a beautiful noon. Want to remind you guys again that I've got my upcoming September 2025 eclipse season workshop over on the Beyond Mystic Academy. That's going to be live on Sunday, August 24th, 1 p.m. Eastern, the day after the new moon. And if you can't join in live, there will be unlimited replay access. We're going to get into what this eclipse season means for the whole collective and each of the 12 signs for the whole next year ahead, because eclipses have an effect for the whole next year ahead. So excited. You don't have to have any astrological experience. There's unlimited replay as well. So yay, yay, yay. You can go check that out on the Beyond Mystic Academy. Link is in the description box below. And if you'd like to have a personal reading with me or check out my other offerings or socials, links are below. And I appreciate you all so, so much. If you'd like to support the channel, maybe you want to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and share this video if you feel like it. I love you all so much, sending so much cosmic love your way. Mwah! And happy new moon. Bye, everybody.